Hey guys, Rainbow Dave here, and as you can see, just over there, got DM in Giants Editor. This is the very first you'll see of Duneske. Literally just imported the DEM to right now. I'm looking. I've got OBS on the monitor over there, so that's why I'm looking in that direction a lot. Just double checking that everything's working. So I've got Giants Editor open here with my DEM of Duneske. The area I've taken from is legitimately called Duneske, by the way, or nearby. What's the actual place? Area name? Google Maps doesn't want to show me. Lissacail Faranagark. It's just south of Duneske in real life. And this is an area near enough to me, so if you want to stalk me, you can just look up Duneske in Google Maps. So, I haven't actually counted how many fields are in this area, but this is what you get straight away in Giants Editor once you import a DM. Now I've used Bullet Bill's tutorial, and I'm going to open up Micro DEM very quickly and open this up, and it's gone into the wrong place. Wonderful. How do I move this entire window? I want to show you guys something over here, but I can't. How do I fix this? Basically up here somewhere in the window that has the DEM itself is a picture of the Google Maps logo down here, or the Google Earth logo. You need Google Earth, and if you click it, it will bring. This is the micro DEM I used. It will bring this right up like that. Bring a DEM overlay, and you can, if you hit properties, I'm going to move this into this window. You can change the opacity to really blue, or not, nothing, and then bring it up or down, depending on how detailed you want it to be. Now I've got it to the point where it's giving me hills, but unfortunately it's also picking up trees and causing little mountains where trees actually are. So what I've got selected here in Giants Editor is the terrain brush. As you can see, I've got middle mouse button set to smooth. And I'm just going to go around the map smoothing things out a bit, and I'll probably end up, because as you can see from Google Earth here, if I turn this down to, if I just click OK there and turn off micro DEM again, this is the river running through the area, so I'm going to have to just take that down a notch, and I'll get a water plane for that, but whoops. The main thing right now is just to get the map smoothed out a bit, so that it's a bit more playable. Now, I could, if I really wanted to, bring it straight in, load it straight into the game and get it running like that, like this. But all you'd be able to see is green, because it's all grass, and it'll be a lumpy, bumpy mess. Completely unplayable, of course. But this is how the likes of Colborough Park Farm started off. And a lot of Chris7710's maps, I happen to know that he used DEMs a lot. Am I just smoothing this into oblivion? I'm smoothing it into oblivion. I'm an idiot. Okay, so I need to have a bit more finesse with the smoothing brush, apparently. Let's shrink it down a lot. So yes, this is going to be a new series on the channel. I'm actually going to just dip the river off into oblivion here. Like this, just so that it's nice and deep, and now I'll use a bit of smoothing to just do this. And this is going to be a new series on the channel, if you haven't already guessed, where I'm going to be periodically putting up map making. I've toyed with the idea of doing some map making before, and I did start a map, but I kind of abandoned it, and it was on my old hard drive, which is now dead, long dead. So I'm going to be doing Duneske for the next while, I guess. I can't exactly say how long. I've got a field and I've got the water plane and nothing else. Oh yeah, I did use the more advanced starter map, that's why. Genuinely had to think there, why is there no map assets? I've used the more advanced of the two starter maps on FSUK, so there's very little to begin with. So that's probably way too deep. But yeah, this is gonna be based on a real area near me, and it'll probably have some real things that are like really there, but I am going to kind of modify realism a bit for just for the sake of playability mainly, because a lot of the Irish farms are well, the farms near me are shall we say a bit too tight for farm sim, I think. And while it'll be a challenge, I think it might make the map completely unplayable. So I'll be doing the entire process here on this channel, and it's going to be a kind of a random video every now and then. As you can see, I've got a lot of work ahead of me just to get the river in here, and that's going to be my first thing, because I want to get the water plane sorted out as soon as I possibly can. I'm going to have some sort of ford at some point here, so that it's possible to get water out. Luckily there's plenty of assets available for maps, and I want you guys to give me some feedback on what you want in the map as well. It's not just going to be my map, and I'm only going to be basing it on a real area, so it doesn't have to be 100% realistic, especially seeing as it's my first map. So give me feedback. I would appreciate feedback and suggestions. I'm going to use this as kind of this entire series in lieu of a work in progress topic in FSUK. So if I got issues, which I definitely did getting the DEM to work, the tutorial, Bullet Bill's tutorial was slightly wrong in that it said it'd open up Google Earth immediately. No, you have to click on a specific button, or at least I did have to click on a specific button. Otherwise that tutorial is an absolute godsend. So yeah, I'm going to be doing periodic videos. I won't record the entire process, just because I don't have a big enough hard drive to do that. But I will record most of it, and I think I'm going to go for a different method once I get this river cleared out a bit. Now I do live in the area, so I do kind of have an idea of what I'm trying to get at here. Well, that's also how I knew the river actually continued on that way. I live north of the area I'm mapping out, so that's all the information I'm going to give you. I think I already said I live near mountains, and there's plenty of mountains in the area. There we go. I might use Street View for some of this just to get the tree lines right, because I do want the roads and the tree lines to be right. I'll just be modifying the any farmyards I spot in the area. And this is 2 kilometers by 2 kilometers, so it'll be a normal map, I guess. The riverbed doesn't have to be perfectly smooth, luckily enough. Because let's face it, if you get down there you're screwed anyway, so it doesn't have to be perfect. So yeah, this is going to be probably quite a lot of my spare time for a while. I know Shawnee B's, Sean Blaylock, aka Shawnee B, is working on a map as well, and he said he's put in about 30 hours and he's not even halfway done. I put in about what, 3 already, 3ish, just to get the DEM working, and this is going to be another probably 3 or 4 just to get this. Oops. I don't want it flat, I want it smoothed. Just so that there is still a bit of you know, some features in the land, some ups, some downs. And can I reload all textures? I'm gonna try and get rid of these ugly shades. No, how do I? I'm not gonna fiddle with that. So as you can see, there is a bit of terrain coming into. Like these were trees in reality, I believe. Yeah, these are trees, and there are some areas that the EM just kind of screwed up a bit. So I'm gonna just smooth these down into hills, so it's a bit easier. And one great thing is I can actually see the field outlines at the moment because they're shaded in. I'm gonna have to try and figure out a way to fix that. I think it's just that the everything is a bit screwed up right now, so hopefully I can get that nice and fixed. So this is gonna be the majority of my free time for the next few months, just because I want to try and get this out to you guys as quickly as I can. I know I'm kind of surprised at how many farm sim YouTubers are in the process of making maps at the moment. Did I just do that? Yes. I'm kind of surprised how many farm sim YouTubers are in the process of making maps right now. And yeah, this is going to be my rant series as well from now on, just because it gives me a chance to give you guys an update on the map and talk about something that's been annoying me. I don't like the way this is so steep into the river, so I'm just gonna... There we go, that's much better. Just level that out a bit. All about the compromises. That's life in a nutshell, really. It's all about the compromises. There we go. So, Giant Zeller isn't the hardest to get your head around. At first it is really just an absolute mess. Like to move around using Alt and the mouse, so you can hear me clicking like a madman. That's actually me moving around. The deeper clicks are my middle mouse button, the higher pitched ones are my other two. Primarily my right mouse button, just to move the camera. Rotating is left mouse button. There we go. And luckily I can show the majority of the controls in the panel over here. So as you can see, I'm using the terrain brush. You can't see them, I'm telling you, because there are different brushes that you can use, and I'll be using a different one now in a moment, because I want to get this riverbed in, just so that I can say I've made some progress in this video, other than smoothing out maybe an eighth of the map. I'm possibly going to have to lower this entire side of the map a bit. Or at least bring it down towards the river a bit, just because I don't think any bridges I'll find will be offset like this. Could always potentially make one in Blender, I guess, but that would be a lot of extra work. So I'm hoping, upon hope, that these ugly shadows go away, or that at least one of you guys knows a way to get rid of these ugly shadows. And it never occurred to me how different the heights of the two sides of the river actually are. Now they may not be this drastic in real life, but I do know one side of the river here is lower than the other. And it doesn't make sense that this side is actually lower, because if I go up, you can see the bend in the river cuts over this way, so more of the land here will be eroded and it'll be all deposited over here, so it doesn't make sense that this side be a bit higher. I just noticed this side is actually forested, so that could be the cause of the height difference, so I might actually legitimately have to lower this side of the map ever so slightly. Or at least this side of the river I can just cut it a bit and work it like that. I will be using Google Maps as a reference, and I'll have a sign that I'll be using the any sign any shape, any size mod, just make a sign that I can move up and down to. Basically, it'll be my reference image, and I'll have it in the map itself. I can move it up and down as necessary to get my ground overlay done properly. And I know my voice isn't the nicest at the moment, so I'm gonna drink tea. This is what happens when I concentrate and do something. Like my voice deepens. That's me being serious and concentrating. Tea. So back onto Alt, and we just go down to the end here and just level this all out nice and neat like so. I'll neaten this all up off camera, but now I'm going to go into the Terrain Detail texture paint, and I'm going to move down here and select Beach Sand. Kind of reduce the radius of the brush slightly. I'm just going to go in here and paint in some sand at the bottom. Because the river here, the base is primarily silt. So the sand texture is the closest one in the game to silt. And what I'll do is I'll put a bit of dirt on either side at a later point in time. Personally, I like when rivers have sand at the bottom in maps because it shows off that they are rivers, and I'll be changing at least some of the textures in the map. I'll be changing the crop textures for definite, and I'll show you guys how to do that when the time comes, but the time for that is miles away right now. It couldn't possibly be any further away. But as I go along, I'll show you guys how to do things. I didn't show you the DEM because I literally just followed a tutorial on Masters UK. Pretty much word for word I followed it. Had to modify one or two bits just to get it to work properly. Like pressing the button to bring it into Google Maps or Google Earth, whatever you want to call it. But other than that, it was just word for word, follow a little bit of this tutorial, and you can get it done fairly quickly. So, I'm pretty much just doing this to say I've made some progress today. I'm going to continue working. It's, 12 minutes past 9 at the moment. And these videos, by the way, are going to go up more or less as soon as they're done. As soon as they upload, they're up. My ranty videos, as you probably know at this point, if you don't watch them, that's kind of fine. But they go up, I literally just record them in OBS, and then they go. I'm going to smooth this out now. You can see that it makes a really nice smooth pattern in the ground. So it looks like the grass is decaying into sand. So I'm sure some map makers, you wonder, how did they get the details so good? Smooth brush, dude. That's how giants do it. That's how I do it. That's how probably most map makers do, grass on rocks. In fact, I can show you. If I go over here, lay down a circle of rock, like that. And now reduce the brush size to 0.2, which is slightly bigger. Yeah, and now zoom in a bit, and just smooth, smooth, smooth. You get that lovely mossy rock effect. And if you take away the rock, you get the dirt texture coming through. Smooth that in as well. And it just all comes out really nice for a dirty rock with a bit of moss effect. That's how it's done. Just gonna swap this back to grass. It's that easy to get rid of it too. Now where did I put the river? Here we go. So, oops. I am using grass, so it actually smooths up with whatever texture you're using. So what happens if I use rock here? This is me testing now. what happens if I use rock? It doesn't smooth. Oh, it doesn't smooth. So if I just smooth it up using beach sand, smooths up nice and neatly like that. And what, as I already said, I'm gonna just put a bit more detail in here later on with some dirt. Very edge of the grass, just so it goes from grass to dirt to sand. Because in reality that's what would happen, it would go from grass to dirt to maybe a bit of rock, some pebbles and gravel to sand. But I want to use gravel elsewhere on the map, so I'm not going to use it for this. And I can retexture the sand if I so wish. But right now, it's quite nice the way that it is. And I know I got a bit of a Bob Ross vibe going on where I'm just chilled out, but this is... If you want to chill out a bit, learn Giants Editor, and once you even become vaguely competent at it, texture painting is going to be one of the most relaxing things you can do. Just because you're just sitting there making things look pretty. Doesn't have to be realistic. That's where you get, that's where the details come in at the end. This is just literally just smoothing this out so that I've got a base to work from. Just to make sure that I know this is the riverbed. There are no fields in the riverbed. Do not put a field in the riverbed. If I zoom out, it goes a bit wonky, but I think if I reload the textures here... no. I think I've actually got to go out of the map and back in, but that's fine. So, I'm probably going to upload these as, I don't know what I'll call it yet. Come up with a name by the time it's uploaded, got a few hours. But, yeah, Duneske is begun officially. We got the riverbed in. And I've downloaded quite a lot of assets for the map yet. And get my reference images ready and stuff like that. But right now we've got a riverbed, we've got the DEM in, which is rather beautiful. And this is, if I bring it up here, not this star map. This is the blank star map by C.D. McSeverson that I'm using. Completely raw, nothing at all in the map. All I did was, if I bring up this, and yes, I have called my computer Rex. If I go into map 01 here, you can see map on DEM. Swap that out from my own DEM. PDM map I'll have to swap out later. What file format is this? Properties. .dds. Okay. My preview, what is this? .dds as well. Okay. So that's stuff that I'll be doing towards the end, is the PDA map and the map preview. They're the two last things that I'll be doing. Oh yes, the weight maps that clarify all that stuff. That's stuff that will come in as I save a map. So if I save a map right now, and reload textures, it should in theory... Now, nope. Never mind. It's gonna be a long process to get this map ready. So in the next video, I'll have everything smoothed out and I'll be starting work on putting the fields themselves in. I'm going to put them in all in as cultivated fields right, at the beginning. I'll be putting on, hopefully one or two in the next video. I'm going to put them in all as cultivated fields if I want grass on a specific field. I'll just put the grass over the cultivated texture. Actually, kind of. I'm weird. I like that map when they put the grass over the cultivated texture because it makes it look like the grass was seeded recently instead of just kind of always being there. And that's just a personal preference of mine. So I'm just checking my phone. I know I shouldn't be while I'm recording, but it's a personal preference of mine that grass goes on top of cultivated texture. I mean, if you want to change it, it's fine. You can just cultivate it up and plant some grass. But me, I like it over cultivated ground because it gives. I hate to say it gives the player options. And for the purposes of this series, everyone is the player, not you guys or anything. I'm going to be doing kind of Vex style. If you watch Vex do maps, where he talks about the player will this and the player will that, and he tries to predict the actions of the player, who's some unnamed person in an alternate universe. That's pretty much you guys for this series. I don't know what you guys want on the map, but I'm going to use some of my own preferences. If you guys have suggestions for stuff you'd like to see, by all means let me know. And I will be putting in map orders and stuff like that in your future. Possibly before the next episode, that has to be imported into the game. So I'll download some stuff to import that in. You can see we've got the default. Where's the water planes? Water planes. Let's turn this off because I need to. I want to. Can I not translate these things? I can't. I'll just get those down on the ground for the time being. And the same with this. I can go down to the ground. I have no need for these. I'll be using a custom water plane when the time comes. In fact, I can get rid of this and that. So the career start point, where is it presently? Hovering midair. Good. So yeah, this is going to be Duneske once it's all done. And you guys are seeing the entire process. Not all of it. I don't have a voice or hard drive space to record the entire process of making a map. But what I'll do regular-ish updates on what's going on. And if you guys really like this series, what I'll do is I'll replace map spotlights with a Duneske update and a video of something that I'm doing on the map. Because this is going to be done. It's going to be going on in the background for a while, and I'll be putting up videos pretty much whenever I want to. What you see right here is a bug. Is this an idea? No, apparently that's real. What you see right here is a shed, or a bunch of sheds, from possibly this shed right here. So whoops. I'm just gonna smooth it down so that it actually becomes part of the terrain. Once I get to bring in sheds and stuff, I'll be leveling ground off. But for right now, I'm just gonna smooth it all out. This is a 2 kilometer. I don't know if I said this is a 2 kilometer by 2 kilometer area that I've taken for the map. So it will be for the most part. You can see now that field edges. I just up to my normal mouse cursor. Here's a field. Here's a field. Here's a big enough field. And there's one over here that I really like. Where is it? It's kind of a curvy field. So this. Yeah, this field here is this field here. This is a really nice field. You can see the tram lines in the field, which I might try and replicate in GG. Don't know yet, so don't quote me on that one. I might just try and replicate tram lines. It's a nice field. You can kind of see this area, the area I live in, is partly grains. Glycicile here, Farnagar over here, Grangemore here. But then if you head over towards Ballymacadam West here, and this Farnagar, not Farnagar, Ballymacadam West, grass everywhere. Down here by killing the butler, all grass. Killing butler again, all grass. Betty East in Newtown Adam is all grain. So this is obviously a big arable farm. And then Ballymacadam Austin. What? That's not Rosemount. So yeah, you can see some pretty big fields around here as well. And good lord, that's a big field. There's the training course. That's a pretty big field too. Fields over there are smaller than I thought. As you can see, the helicopter imagery isn't very good for certain areas, so I was a bit limited where I could go. But I think the area around Ballymacadam West here, and just south of Duneske, is... I think it's going to make for an interesting map. And the road system is going to be fun to put in, because I'll have to zoom right down to find the dirt roads, and they will be dirt roads. This is what I'm waiting for. I'm going to use the gravel for putting in the roads like that. And you can see a lot of the problem is that the trees are picked up in the EM, the satellite imagery. What I'm going to do is these trees that are forested in real life, they're going to be your forestry areas. I'm not a big fan of forestry in the game, but I know there are a lot of people out there, a lot of you guys do like forestry, a lot of players want forestry. I'm going to give them forestry, and if that is a wood mill right there, do I have Google Street View for this? Can I go in here? Whoa! Oh, I know where I am now. I think I do. Exit Street View. And... Yeah, I know exactly where I am. So if I plop Street View down... Yeah. Must be a car park, because I've just been there. But if I plop it down over... Yeah... This should be a bridge. Yes, I know exactly where I am. Can I show you guys something cool if I get down there? There's the path. There's the path. Can I get down the path? I can't get down the path. I was going to show you guys something cool down the end of that path. I can't get down there. Whoops. But... Up. You can see it here. Can I street view? Yes, I can. This is an 18th century cottage. It is rather beautiful to see in person. I've been there once or twice, and it is stunning. Absolutely stunning. It is real Shakespearean kind of stuff. And you go around inside, they've got all period correct inside. So yeah, that's near where I live, and it's in a beautiful forested area, which there are many fir trees. Can't really see what's mainly deciduous, actually, in this area, but I'll be replacing all the fir trees and trying to find a nice house to place this. I'll also be true to life for the roads. That's assuming it's on the map. Whoops. Oh, it is. Wonderful. So be true to life for the roads and stuff. And where's the walkway? Is that? Yeah, that's the walkway. So you can actually walk from here, right next to the castle, all the way down along to here, cross the bridge, and walk down to here where there is an absolutely glorious view. Can I extrude this spot in particular? Oh, I can't. There's an absolutely beautiful view from here across the river, etc. Google's own DM is a bit wrong because the river's sloping towards me. But now I realise why one side of the river is a bit higher than the other. In reality, this side of the river is actually slightly higher than this side. So I'm going to leave this video here for now. This is recording OBS, so I'll be uploading the file directly, so sorry if there's any sound issues or anything, I can't fix them. So thank you all very much for watching. I'll see you again soon for another update on Duneske. Now you know how to spell it. Don't go stealing the name, please, or the area I'm doing, because I really like this area. I think it's going to make for a good map. So leave your thoughts below, any suggestions you have for me, etc. You can see all the sizes and the mess that is my start bar. Leave any suggestions or thoughts below. Thank you all very much for watching. I'll see you again soon. Until then, stay safe and goodbye.